All right, Broncos country, this is the first play of Drew Lock's first series on the road against the Houston Texans. This is a big-time win, but he really showed out in this game, showed Broncos country this is what he could be. Now I'm going to go through and break down this play for you. 1st and 10 on the Denver 8-yard line. The Broncos are going to motion out of the 3 tight end set. They're going to motion Noah Fant over to the right side. Now you got Troy Fumagalli, you got Jeff Hireman, and you got Noah Fant here. The Broncos on film, they've run a lot of stretch, which means that the offensive line, they're all going to down block. You're going to see down blocks by all of them, and you're going to see Cortland Sutton get wide. You're going to see Noah Fant stretch out wide as well, but he's going to turn this into an out route, which is a very smart play concept. But I was really impressed with Drew Lock on this play because, look, he's got pressure coming into his face, and I'm going to show you guys from the end zone angle. And Noah Fant does a great job boxing out Jonathan Joseph using his size. He got basketball player size. You can do a lot with that, and I think the Broncos are going to benefit from him in 2020. But I'm going to show you guys this play concept because we've slowed it down for you guys just so you guys can see how the play builds up for the team. And I like this. So, you're not going to see too much of the 3 tight end set for the Broncos in 2020, but you're going to see down block, down block, down block. Here's Juwan James, and you're going to see Phillip Lindsay taking a wide angle here because the Broncos on film run a lot of stretch, and Noah Fant is going to capitalize on it. This is a bold call by Rich Scangarello. He's going to bow out, and he's going to run the out route, use his size here. A lot of fans were nitpicking Drew Lock's throw here. I'm not going to nitpick it because look at the pressure he's got in his face right here. I'm going to pause it right about here. Look at this. You got DJ Reader right here. You got a big guy here. You got a guy coming off the edge here. You got a guy who could easily adjust his track and come inside. Rookie quarterbacks, most of the time, they'll either throw it away, try to dump it off quickly to Lindsay right here, or they may see that, okay, I might be able to tuck, scramble, and run up inside. Drew Lock stands in the pocket, sets his feet right here, which is super, super important, and he delivers a strike to Noah Fant to the outside. And then Fant does the rest. Yard after the catch ability. The Broncos saw a lot of that. And Noah Fant, he's not looking like a bust, is he, Broncos country? Now, I'm going to walk you guys through the mindset of a defensive coordinator, what you got to prepare for here. Now, I'm going to pause it. You see the motion. You got a tray formation. You're going to see a motion inside. Well, not necessarily a motion, but an inside lead by Troy Fumagalli. And you're going to see Deontay Spencer bow out on this play once the ball is snapped. Now, as a defensive coordinator, you want to rely on your guys in the box. Unless you're a DC up in the box, you can see it a lot quicker. But if you're on the field as a D coordinator, you're asking your guys what happened there. And they're going to say, look, he had an inside lead by the tight end, and he also had a bow out motion opposite side by the wide receiver. And the Broncos out of this play, they could run a lead here, and they could run a toss play to Deontay Spencer just out of this play. But it's an inside handoff to Phillip Lindsay. But as a D coordinator, I want to know, what did they do? Because I'm looking at it from an offensive coordinator standpoint. If I see that the defense does not adjust to that, if they do not respect that, I'm going to come back out of it, and I'm going to run that play design. So as you see the motion here with Deontay Spencer, this is what we call window dressing, ladies and gentlemen. And what the Broncos are doing here is they're seeing how the defense adjusts. So up in the box, you have all these offensive assistant coaches. They're looking at this. You're going to see Troy Fumagalli inside, like I mentioned, Deontay Spencer. They're going to try to draw 2 Texans defenders at least this way. And if they don't do it, more than likely, like I said, the Broncos could have came back and they could have ran a toss play to Deontay Spencer. So that's just a little bit of a football analogy of how you process the game as a coordinator and what you're seeing inside. So you get a couple positive yards here by Phillip Lindsay running hard, and that's, a good play, I think, in my opinion. Now, on this play, I guarantee you the Houston Texans all week, they were being coached up. Okay, look, they like to run a lot of inside lead by the H-back or the fullback, which is Andrew Beck right here out of the pistol formation. So you're going to see Andrew Beck lead in right here and then come across the field. He's got yards after the catch. Phillip Lindsay out of the pistol is going to come up inside. And this is a pass play by the Denver Broncos. And they take advantage of the Houston Texans here. And Drew Lock shows tremendous poise in the pocket, anticipation with the throw, especially with pressure in his face. He got hit a couple times on this drive, first drive here. But look at Andrew Beck. His versatility as a guy that could be a lead blocker and also a guy out of the backfield receiving is going to make him valuable to Pat Shurmur in 2020. I'm going to show you guys right here, okay? Phillip Lindsay is going to come up inside. Drew Lock's going to fake the handoff. You're going to see Andrew Beck lead up inside because on film, all he does usually at this point, or what they've seen on film, is he leads. He doesn't become a receiver here, so he's got this one-on-one, and then bam, backside across the field. I like the play design here by the Broncos, and I think for Drew Lock, he had the momentum, he had the fire early on. He was locked and loaded. He was locked on. Pun intended here. little Lockdown Broncos thing. But look here. Look at this pressure, ladies and gentlemen. The whole pocket is collapsed. You got a guy coming off the edge right here. You got a free track right here. You got a guy inside. So where can Drew Lock tuck the ball and run? He can't come inside because, look, they're going to collapse it on him. He can't go inside here because this guy's going to shed the block with Lindsey and try to meet him inside the gap. You can't get outside because this guy's going to step wide. This guy's going to step inside. So you have nowhere to run. You either got to throw it away or you got to anticipate. And Drew Lock does a great job anticipating. Look at this ball right here. He's got pressure, but he leads the ball right here to Andrew Beck, who's just perfect in stride. I mean, this couldn't have gone even better for Andrew Beck. Great catch, great run. I mean, this is great recognition by Drew Lock. This is something that he improved on. He's got great anticipation for where a guy could be, and I like that in the quarterback, and I hope Broncos fans are excited about that. I was not very happy by the officials on this call. They called Garrett Bowles for an illegal blindside block. I actually thought he had great technique. But what you're going to see here is a quick smoke screen route to Phillip Lindsay on the outside. He's going to catch it right here, but Jeff Hireman, he's going to release outside. Garrett Bowles, you see this Houston Texan defender right here? Well, what's going to happen is he's going to blitz freely. Garrett Bowles is going to let him go, which is the play design. You're going to let this guy go because Hireman's releasing out here, you're bowling out here, and your whole entire offensive line is trying to get outside to be able to clear on the inside for Phillip Lindsay to maybe get some space without some leakage trailing him from the inside, help from the Houston Texans defense. This is great anticipation once again, great recognition by Drew Lock, throwing against the blitz. Quick, he doesn't take any contact. Phillip Lindsay does the rest. The offensive line does a phenomenal job. And the officials just make a very, very poor call on Garrett Bowles here. And I think that it's great technique. And look, he's not blindside blocking anybody. He's literally just pushing a guy out of the way. And this was not a call that Mike Munchak was happy with. He was very upset at the officials for this. But as I mentioned, you're going to see the bow release here to block. He's going to bow out here, and he's going to block inside out. And you're also going to see the offensive line. You're going to see him step here. You're going to see him step here. And you're going to see just a quick play design here by the Broncos to get the ball into one of the playmakers' hands, a guy who's got speed. They're going to try to go back to this a lot in 2020, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't think that Garrett Bowles did a bad job here. I think it was actually a great play, a very poor call by the officials. Now on this play, what you're going to see is an offset motion here by Andrew Beck. And this phenomenal blocking by Hireman and Beck, to be honest with you. And you're going to see Jeff Hireman engage initially right here. And Beck's going to follow. He's going to take the inside shoulder and work out. But he creates a big hole here for Royce Freeman, who takes an early cutback. And I'm going to show you right about here. Look at that. If he would have stayed wide, look at this hole right here that Royce Freeman could have just found. He could have found he would have been a one-on-one with the safety, but he cuts back inside where there's a lot of help by the Houston Texans defense. And I'm going to show you guys here from the other angle just maybe why Royce Freeman decided to take the short little cut back inside. I don't agree with it, but I can see why, because look, it's just a quick reactionary thing here. Now you're going to see a little bit of a short side right here. Now look at the blocks. You've got a guy bowing out here. I could see maybe why you might want to cut it up inside right here. You got the trailing linebacker. You can hope that Dalton Reisner steals him inside. Garrett Bowles pushing him down. But look at Jeff Hireman and Andrew Beck. Hireman's engaging the edge defender, and you've got Beck leading up inside to double team and release here. A hole does open up here for Royce Freeman right here. Now, I can see why he cut back, but look where he cut back into. 1, 2, and he's got multiple help on the inside. And you got a trailing safety. So really a short gain. I guess you're trying to get as much positive yards as possible on this play. 2nd and 12 here for the Broncos. They're going to motion Royce Freeman off to the left side of the field, more so as a decoy. This is designed to be a quick hitting play here by Drew Lock to Phillip Lindsay or somebody. Now, as you can see here, maybe if Drew Lock throws the ball quicker to Phillip Lindsay right here, look, he's not even looking, though. He's not ready for it. But look at these defenders. You got 3 defenders, 1, 2, and 3 against 2 guys right here on the right side of the screen. So really this window right here is pretty well covered by the Houston Texans running a variation of zone defense down there in the red zone. And I can certainly understand that. Drew Lock throws it away. You want your quarterback to kind of take that play right there. Don't take a chance. Don't throw it into unnecessary coverage. Throw it away and live to fight another day. You see the offset motion. They're clearing out. A little bit of a zone defense inside out here. You're throwing it to the outside. I mean, it could have been a catchable ball, but also risky at the same exact point. So I can see why he threw it out of bounds. Here are the Broncos on 3rd and long on the 14. You got to get 12 yards to get a first down. But look, here's the route concept by the Broncos. On the outside to the left, number 1 is going to run a comeback to the pylon. You're going to see number 2, which is Courtland Sutton, run vertical up the seam. Noah Fant's going to chip inside and release vertically up the seam as well. And then number 2 on the right side is going to run a corner route. And on number 1 on the outside is going to run a dig route. So I like this play design, but Drew Lock does a great job recognizing here. Now watch how the coverage adjusts here. Watch how the safeties align. And look where Drew Lock recognized. Now look at this window right here. You're going to see this much distance from the safeties at this point in time. Drew Lock does a great job recognizing Noah Fant getting a good release right here. Look at this window. You got to fire that in there perfectly. He does just that. It leads to being a touchdown by the Denver Broncos. They cap off their first drive with some points, and Drew Lock's got some swagger to him. But let's go through and let's break it down here. I'm going to show you guys just what Drew Lock is looking at. Now, you see this window right here. You see the distance between the safety. It's going to grow even further. Now, you're going to see Noah Fant get an outside release and then up the field to be able to get to this window. You want to throw that window right here in between the safeties. And Drew Lock does a great job, in my opinion. This is a phenomenal play, phenomenal throw by him. A lot of momentum. Sets his feet in the pocket. Touchdown, Denver.